Noelene, how long have you been breeding goats?
About 61 years.
61 years is a pretty good record.
It is.
And you had CAE, or big knees as we used to call it then, before we knew what it was.
Yes, back in the 70s.
And what were the clinical signs that you mainly saw?
Well, the main thing was the big knees. Knees like crab apples on the goats. And very little other. We didn't have any of the brain type ones. We only ever had one go with a hard udder.
Can you describe what the hard udder felt like?
Well, the hard udder was just like a big rock inside the udder, probably like 6 inches in each direction, by about 3 inches deep, and not round or not square, but almost square. The only bit of milk was like a donut just at the top of the teat, which you could milk out about half a cup. And then the rest was just completely rock hard with no give in it whatsoever. And this didn't go away, that was just how it was forever. There wouldn't have even been enough milk to keep a kid alive.
Now, you eradicated CAE for the first time. Can you just explain how you did that?
Well, it was with the catching method. We were always present when the goats kidded and took the kids straight away from the does, didn't let the does lick them or touch them, or didn't let the kids suck the does at all. Just were there at the births and removed the kids completely, cleaned them up ourselves and fed them on either cow's colostrum or artificial colostrum.
Now, you unfortunately got CAE a second time.
Yep.
Can you tell us how you got, unfortunately, CAE for the second time?
Well, the second time we were being the Good Samaritans, and some people were evicted off their property with a few goats, and we allowed them to bring their goats to our place for a week or two while they found another property. And during that time we came away for a weekend and left them in charge of looking after our goats, and they fed milk from their does to our kids, and that whole kid crop became infected with CAE. We realised it very young, at even 2 or 3 months of age, those kids developed big knees. So we got them tested after they were about 8 months old, the rest of them that didn't show clinical signs. Some came up positive, some didn't, but knowing that the milk had been fed to all of them, we just completely eradicated that whole kid crop. We lost one.
So, Noelene, explain just how you snatch birth the kids. How did you do it?
Well, I always used to try to be there when the babies were born. I didn't go out to work. I was working at home on the farm. So with the dairy goats that you're handling all the time, they talk to you and let you know when they're going to give birth. You come into the shed one morning and somebody will be saying, "Mum, Mum, come and have a look, something's happening here," and you know that one will kid today. Because it's an unusual cry, and they don't want you to leave them. When you go to walk away, they'll be saying, "No, don't go." And once they get to that stage, you know in the next few hours you're going to have babies, so you hang around close. And even my daughters, when they were younger, I'd be inside doing the washing or the washing up, and I'd plant them outside with the pregnant goat and say, "Come and call me when there starts to be any bit of stringy jelly stuff coming from the back of them." And they'd have these little people come screaming in, "Mum, we've got goobers." And that's when I knew they were going to kid. Then I'd get towels and everything come out, and the minute the kid was born, you just picked it up, took it in, washed it and cleaned it up and fed it on artificial colostrum. And during the night time, if one looked like it would kid in the night, I would set the alarm for every hour or two and pop down to the shed. If they're all fast asleep, I'd go back to bed for another couple of hours and then come down and have another look. If one kidded when I wasn't there, we just always got rid of the kids because you couldn't be 100% sure that they hadn't snatched a bit of a drink.
Yep.
And it just wasn't worth taking the risk. And we didn't rush out and kill all our does at once. We sometimes took 4 or 5 years to get a doe kid out of a particular doe or something. You might have just always had bucks and you were wanting a doe, and so we didn't put them down straight away if they weren't in excruciating pain.
But you kept them separate.
Kept them separate and waited till we did get the kid before we put them down.
Yeah. And how bad did they get with their arthritis?
Well, it varied. Some of them lived quite a normal length of life, just with a swollen knee that didn't really seem to bother them. Others were affected worse, and within a few years got to the stage where they couldn't stand up. It seemed to vary with that, and I'm not sure why.